archives of the United States Cavalry, the true stories of Colonel Ranald Mackenzie and the cavalrymen he led. Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. June 13th, 1864, the end of another arduous patrol led by Colonel Ranald Mackenzie. For 6 months, Mackenzie had sought his 2 missing raiders in Mexico, and for 6 months, each mission was marked by failure.
Stand easy, Sergeant. You think I'm a stubborn man, don't you? Well, I think there's still a chance of finding them.
It's been 6 months, sir.
I know. But I can't convince myself they're dead.
If Harris and Williams were still alive, we'd have got word somehow.
Not necessarily. Seems more likely to me that we would have gotten word if they were dead. Wouldn't you think in that case we'd have an official government protest at their presence in Mexico? Wouldn't you think there'd be rumors around the villages? No, Sergeant. I'm almost convinced that somewhere those 2 men are alive. And I'm almost convinced that someday we're going to find them. At least we'll keep looking. All right, Sergeant.
Deep in the Sierra Madre Mountains, the Mexican stronghold of renegade Captain Kenneth Jackman, soldier turned criminal. Kenneth Jackman ruled a band of cutthroat Yaqui renegades. His hideout domain, a lost silver mine worked by slaves taken prisoner by Yaqui war parties.
Williams, no, don't do it!
Next time I shoot to kill.
Why don't you finish us off now and get it over with?
You're my best labor, you know that. Why else would I put up with you?
Why don't you leave him alone? I started it. Sooner or later, Colonel Mackenzie's gonna find this place. And when he does, he'll take you back to the States and you'll hang. And you know it.
You're stupid. Mackenzie's been within 5 miles of this place and never known it. Now, get back to work. Empty those loads. Keep digging, troopers. That fight'll cost you a couple of extra loads.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna take a chance on that old mine shaft.
Listen, we run for it now, we're liable to stop one of his bullets.
Yeah, maybe and maybe not. Come on.
You're right. Okay, go.
How bad is it?
Well, the bullet must have been nearly spent, but it's there. Leave me here. Move out.
No, nothing doing. He'll kill you by inches.
Listen, our hating Jackman's all that's kept us alive. It'll keep me alive until you get back with the Colonel.
Come on, Hal. You gotta try to make it. It's all my fault. Come on, try.
Said move out, trooper. That's an order.
Okay. So on, pal.
Something down there, Sergeant. Can you make it out?
I'm watching that buzzard myself, sir.
Let's check. Sergeant, need some water. There we are.
Oh, Colonel. Jackman had us. The silver mine. Harris ordered me to escape.
Get the medicine kit and a blanket.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Sergeant, have the men improvise a horse litter.
Yes, sir.
I'm surprised you got him here alive, Colonel.
Think he'll make it, Doctor?
Well, he's quiet, sleeping normally. His fever's down since you brought him in.
Very well. Let me know the minute he wakes up.
Attention!
Ah, as you were, man. Well, the surgeon tells me Williams has a real good chance.
Well, that's good news, sir. Oh, sir. When are we going after Captain Jackman?
I'm not quite sure, Sergeant. But soon. Believe me, soon. Oh, Sergeant, please step over to the canteen. Ask Mr. West's daughter, Wanda, to come to my office at her earliest convenience.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
Did you want to see me, Colonel Mackenzie?
Oh, Wanda. Yes. Wanda, I have some news about Corporal Harris.
Hal? You found him. He's alive. Please tell me he's alive.
Now, take it easy, take it easy. Yeah, I just said we had some news. We have better reason to believe he's alive now than we had before.
Where is he?
Well, we don't know yet. We found Williams. They were lost on the same patrol in the same place. Williams babbled something about Harris when we found him, but he's been unconscious ever since.
Then you're not sure if Hal is still alive.
We have better reason for hope now than we had before.
Colonel Mackenzie, I have prayed so hard that you'd find him and that he'd come back and that we could be married. Why wasn't it Hal? Why did it have to be Williams?
I can't answer those questions, Wanda. Just don't you stop praying.
I won't.
Good girl. Now, as soon as we know anything more, anything at all, I'll get in touch with you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Colonel. Williams has regained consciousness.
Let's go.
Colonel Mackenzie's here to see you, Williams.
The doctor tells me you're around the corner, Trooper. You're going to be all right.
Trooper? Williams?
That's right. Trooper Robert N. Williams, A Company, 4th United States Cavalry, Fort Clark, Texas. That's the way your mother writes to you.
Mother?
You'll be getting a letter from your mother soon. The first thing I did when we got back was to write to her and tell her you were all right. The War Department wrote to her some months ago when you were missing, telling her of that fact. I wrote to her then, too. I told her we weren't giving up on finding you and your friend, Corporal Hal Harris. I got several letters from your mother. She must be a fine woman, Williams.
Williams.
As I warned you, Colonel, memory's gone.
We want to know about a man named Harris. Corporal Hal Harris. He's a friend of yours. You served in the war together. Antietam. You were wounded at Antietam. Harris saw you fall. He dragged you to a dressing station in an old barn. He stayed with you, Williams. He saved your life. You remember Harris? Wanda, what are you doing here?
Colonel Mackenzie, please, I want to help. Let me try. Hello. Bob, you remember Hal? I have a picture of him. Please, tell me that you remember him. Oh, Bob, please try to remember.
That's enough for today, Wanda. We'll try again tomorrow.
Dr. Metcalf, I want to do what I can to help. Would it be all right if I nurse Trooper Williams until he's well again? Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Take it easy. You're not as strong as you think you are.
Well, the doctor says I'm as good as new.
Bob, do you remember anything at all that happened?
Well, between the colonel and the doctor, I'm beginning to fill in some of the spots, except for the blank ones, like Harris.
Oh, Bob, please, you've got to remember. You're the only one who knows where Hal is.
Wanda, I'm trying. Believe me, I'm trying.
Please try. I've got to know what happened to him.
Come in.
You sent for me, sir?
Yes, Trooper Williams. Have you remembered anything about Harris yet? Anything at all?
No, sir, but I'm trying.
I know you have, Trooper. We don't know much about amnesia, but I'm going to try an experiment. I'm going to take you back into Mexico.
Into Mexico?
If you're willing. It's a long chance, but you might see something, some landmark, some person, something that would start you to remembering again.
I'd like to try, sir.
Good. Tell the sergeant to alert the raiders, mount them, provision them. We're leaving for Mexico immediately.
Yes, sir.
Colonel Mackenzie led his raiders deeper into Mexico as Williams tried desperately to remember. The life of a comrade depended on his retracing the route to the lost silver mine and Jackman.
How about this, Williams? Anything look familiar?
I don't know. I have a feeling I've been here before, but that's all.
I have the feeling you're right. This is the area you and Harris disappeared in 6 months ago. do that? Williams, why'd you do that?
He did it to me. They held me and he did it.
Williams, listen to me. Who are they?
Jackman. Jackman's guards, and he's one of them.
Listen to me. Look around you, Williams. Look around and see if you can recognize anything in this area. Look around. Try, Williams, try hard.
That rock.
What about that rock?
Colonel, I think I've been here before. Harris and I got this far the first time we broke out.
See that that Indian is bound and gagged. Let's go. Fire at will. Keep that mine entrance covered. Captain Jackman, throw your weapon out, then you come out with your hands raised. 2 minutes, Captain Jackman. Then I have my men start sealing the entrance to that mine. Be buried alive or come out.
It's Hal.
Hold your fire.
It's a very sensible command, Colonel Mackenzie. The first shot fired will have an answer from me. A bullet in this man's spine.
There aren't going to be any shots fired, Captain Jackman. This is as far as you go.
I don't see it that way, Colonel. Our trooper and I are going to mount up and ride out of here. Of course, I hate to leave this mine, but I've taken enough out of it in the last couple of years to keep me living in a proper style. We're going now. Be very careful you don't get this man killed.
It's all right, Colonel. Shoot him.
Corporal Harris isn't going to last long as a hostage. You've seen to that. He'll die in 100 miles. Then we'll take you.
I salute your foresight, Colonel. Your analysis of the situation leaves little room for argument. I have a solution that may interest you, Colonel. A colonel for a corporal. I think that's a fair trade. Well, Colonel?
Agreed.
What about your men? I won't have them following us.
They won't. You release Harris, and I'll order them back to Fort Clark.
All right. Step into the open and drop your gun.
Harris meets me halfway.
You don't trust me, Colonel.
I don't trust you, Captain Jackman.
Harris meets you halfway. You heard the Colonel. Meet him.
Don't do it, Colonel. Please, let him take me.
Corporal, Join the detail.
Yes, sir.
Return to Fort Clark, Sergeant. You're in command. Immediately. That's an order.
Better order them to leave your horse, Colonel, unless you like walking.
Please leave my mount.
What's the old man up to?
He knows what he's doing.
Now you can get my mount, Colonel. I don't understand you, Colonel.
I don't expect you to understand me, Captain Jackman. You've been trying to be on the winning side ever since the first battle of Bull Run. Trying to find the soft way to get there.
I'm there now, Colonel.
Are you, Captain?
Don't tell me you're hit, Mackenzie. That'd be a pity. You know, I don't need you anymore as a hostage, Colonel. Since you were kind enough to order your men back to Fort Clark. And they'll obey you. I'm just going to finish you off and head for Mexico City.
Sir? Harris requests permission to ride into the post, sir.
Think you can make it?
It's only a mile, sir. Besides, if Wanda sees me in this thing, scare her to death.
Sergeant, have this litter dismantled.